Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're tuned into another episode of Non-Bae Says. I am your host with the most, your favorite Non-Bae, PG O'Reilly, aka PG13, aka PG13, and thank you for joining me here on another episode of Non-Bae Says. And let me be the first to tell you, happy Halloween, happy Spooktober, however you want to say it, happy time of the season, happy Halloween, happy Spooktober. I prefer Spooktober myself. But yeah, we are definitely in that season now, the season where the little kids go and roam out every year and all of the gremlins and the things that go bump at night come out for that one special in quotation marks day where cosplayers could feel very, 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 very comfortable. And I put four berries there because we already feeling comfortable in the skin that we in, all the costumes that we cosplay in. But it's just definitely that time of year where you definitely won't be judged for playing dress up. You know, you definitely won't be judged for eating a crap ton load of candy, and you just definitely won't be judged for doing mischief. I mean, you might be judged for doing mischief because that's just a staple pastime of Halloween or Spooktober, where, you know, some unruly children or some unruly people just go out and cause mischief, egging people's houses, TPing people's houses with toilet paper and setting off fireworks and the like. But otherwise, it's all good, clean fun. You know, everybody enjoys this time of the year. It's not an official holiday. Halloween it is not, but you know, sometimes it's kind of treated like a holiday, and I won't get into the deep meanings of Halloween or what people consider it to be and all of that, you know, hippity hoopla and all of that jive and stuff like that. I just kind of want to talk about the fun that we have during Spooktober. Now, I mean, in this part of the world, we do actually celebrate it with, you know, normally going from door to door and asking for candy and stuff like that. But it's not really a big deal of people doing that. Normally, that's reserved to children. I mean, I guess in other parts of the world, it's only reserved to little children and stuff like that too. But it's not like we go around in our community knocking from door to door or whatever. Like, usually you wouldn't get a visitor, a little child or any visitors on Halloween coming at your door, and you would have to stock up on candy and stuff like that. It's normally like the mall or like a central place would just have, you know, a candy giveaway or whatever, or like a dress up party or cosplay party. You just come up in your outfits, try to win some prizes and enjoy yourself. And normally for the adults, we kind of like throw costume parties and stuff like that. That's either at the bars or at the clubs or whatever is the central spot where people hang out at the nighttime. And I would like to definitely say that at least the mischief isn't really, really high or intense. You know, you don't necessarily hear stories of death or violence around this time in my country, which is a good thing. I actually commend our citizens and our locals for that, because at times they could really disappoint me. But at least around this time, like I said, you just get the regular shenanigans, fireworks, egging, and all of the other pranks and stuff like that, you know. But I did mention cosplaying. Like, that's a big thing over here, you know, or dressing up. A lot of people loves to get costumes, or they like to cosplay. They really effectively use this time to, you know, put on their Spooktober vests or their cosplay vests, right? You have a lot of people who normally wouldn't cosplay during the year, or who you wouldn't even think would be interested in, you know, playing dress up and putting on costumes. You see them in some really magnificent and decent costumes, and it's like, oh, I never knew you did that. I'm like, yeah, I'm really, really into this, and now that I won't be judged, you know, everybody use it as a safety net, like an umbrella to not be judged, to just let loose for this like one day or this one season of the year. Because sometimes, you know, you have parties like the day before, the day after, or like a week before or whatever. But yeah, that's really, really a big thing, putting on the costumes and stuff like that. And some people, man, some people really be looking good You know, mainly sometimes it'll be like the most typical thing that is in right now. You know, like that time when DC came about, you know, a lot of people was like Harley Quinn or somebody would do the Joker or something, you know. But nonetheless, people find very, very creative ways to do what they do. I remember the one funny time I did. Well, I was going to get into these later down in the episode, but now that my memory is jogged, I remember one time I did a white sheet ghost where I had a white sheet and I cut the holes in it and I put like some sheer material inside for the black eyes to get darkened eyes, and I just walked around eerily around people. And the funny thing was, as simple as that is, it's really, really funny because people was like, ooh, this kind of creepy. Like, dude is really a white sheet ghost, you know? But the hook to that was I was actually SpongeBob SquarePants underneath. If you remember that episode where he was going to the Halloween party and he wanted to dress up as the Flying Dutchman, and all Patrick did was throw the white sheet over him. And then when they took it off, it was just his sponge being shaved, and he was just the brain and the eyeballs, and that scared everybody. I didn't go as far as getting like a brain prosthetic for my head or whatever, but it still was a fun time walking around town and people like, this ghost just floating out here, like, really? And then some people like asked what was underneath, and then I told them to hook up it, and they was like, oh, that's really clever. That's definitely clever. But yeah, another Spooktober, I remember, which is probably one of my most favorite ones, was a few years back. I would think like this was maybe 2018, 2019 was the year I cosplayed as Mario and Luigi. So there was two parties that I had to go to. And I went to the first one downtown to the Bear Bun, and they was hosting a little, you know, costume party or whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna get these people, right? Because I don't know if I had recently get like all of the attributes for Mario cosplay and Luigi cosplay, but I know I was able to cosplay as that. So I went down there and I cosplayed as Mario at that party, right? And about 10 minutes in, went back to my car, switched into the Luigi costume, and then I came in and people was like, hey, wasn't you just like Mario 5 minutes ago? Like, I threw people for a loop, blew their minds, and people was loving that. And I was like, yeah, man, Mario just, you know, his game over now, so now I back as Luigi. I get to be player one and player two, and people was just eating that right up. People was loving that, and I sure people remember that. And then after that party, there was a next party I had to go to, and I showed up there. I started as Luigi. And he's like, oh, okay, he's Luigi. All right. Did the same thing. 10 minutes in, went to my car, switched into the Mario, and they was like, hold on, wait, wasn't you just Luigi? Now use Mario? Like, dude, that is dope. That is very dope. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. You just had to be there. Well, no, every time they say that you had to be there, it means it wasn't as good. But if you were there, your mind would have been blown and you would have loved it. As for the worst Spooktober, I honestly can't remember what was the worst Spooktober. I don't know, maybe, I mean, some Spooktobers I just don't do anything. I just stay home or whatever. But it's not like I had a bad time staying home. It's just staying home, really. So there isn't really a worse Spooktober or a worse trick-or-treating experience or Halloween that I ever had, which is a good thing. The best thing about this Spooktober is I will be hosting a comedic cosplay roast show at Shoutouts to the Geek Out, which is a mini cosplay convention that we have here almost every month, give or take, really, where we get to cosplay as our favorite characters, you know, all the night and stuff like that, and participate in various activities. And for the first time ever, I will be hosting a comedic roast where people cosplay as characters that they want to cosplay, and then we will be basically throwing insults and jabs and, you know, just cracking on a guest of honor, somebody who's being cosplay as. And I definitely will vlog that experience, and that will come out in the episode of Non-Bae Days, so look out for that. Alright, I mean, if you haven't been watching Non-Bae Days and Non-Bae Plays, those are two different shows on this same channel too. So if you have time, take a look at the channel. You know, there's some more content here that you may be interested in, and that will soon be picking up and kicking up off the ground. And it's just something to pass time and something that you may like watching, alright? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Spooktober, some of my favorite instances in Spooktober. And it's not a long episode today. I just wanted to do something for the time, you know, for the season. But otherwise, ain't nothing much more to say. Just be safe out there, you know. Have a good Spooktober if you're going to an adult party, if you're going trick-or-treating with your kids, your nephew, your nieces, whatever your circumstance may be, just be safe. You know, look out for people who might be doing too many reckless things. You know, don't be somebody who is being way too reckless, please. Even if you want to play practical jokes or whatever, please do it safely and be respectable about it. But yeah, just the main message is to stay safe out there, enjoy yourselves. I hope that, you know, your cosplay or your costume that you plan to do goes off well, people like it. And let me know in the comments your best and your worst Spooktober experience. Let me know about some of your favorite costumes or cosplays that you ever did. But otherwise, once again, just be safe out there, alright? So I'd just like to thank you once again for listening to another episode of Non-Bae Says, and I will catch you in the next episode. So see you guys later. Peace.